Our city never fails to disappoint. It just oozes exquisite places to eat, doesn't it? Well, I'm here at one of them. I'm at Great Taste Restaurant, here at the home of the Cadogan Hotel. Situated in the heart of fashionable Knightsbridge, the Cadogan promises a distinguished English experience, one of unmistakable sophistication and class. The style of food served at Great Taste at the Cadogan further exudes the best of British. The Great Taste Awards have been regarded as the ultimate food industry accolade for more than 2 decades, working with notable foodies such as Lucas Holweg of the Sunday Times, Santé Clay of the Telegraph, along with head chef Oliver Lesnwick. Great Taste at the Cadogan showcases award-winning produce from across the UK. To tell us more about this exquisite find, we have today with us Will Oakley, General Manager at the Cadogan. Hello Mr. Oakley, thank you so much for having us here today at the Cadogan Hotel. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Now we're here today to talk about the Great Taste at the Cadogan. Can you tell us a bit more about this?
Well, Stephanie, thank you for coming along. And the Cadogan is a wonderful property. It's located on Sloane Street, and it is a property that was built in the 1880s by William Willett. And today we are a 64-bedroom townhouse hotel. We are owned by the Cadogan Estates and Cadogan family. So essentially we are a family business, a very British family business. And part of that family business is our restaurant, which is Great Taste at the Cadogan, which is celebrating the best of British food.
Now the Great Taste Awards are a big integral part of the restaurant. Tell us a bit more about how this all works.
Well, Great Taste of the Cadogan has all formed as a result of a food award scheme called the Great Taste Awards. The Great Taste Awards was founded in the mid-90s by the Guild of Fine Food and was set up really to celebrate award-winning or good quality artisan British foods. Since the 90s, the number of entries has grown and grown until this year, 2012, the number of entries has reached 10,000, which is really rather impressive. We, as a restaurant, Great Taste of the Cadogan, are showcasing some of those products, not all of them, some of them within our menus on a frequently changing seasonal basis, so that we can celebrate as many of these fantastically award-winning British products as we can.
Now I understand the Great Taste Award stickers can be found on produce in a range of high-end stores. We're talking Harrods, Fortnum & Mason, Waitrose, just to name a few. Tell us a bit about this concept.
Well, this has all come about really by the award scheme itself. The Supreme Champion every year is sponsored by Fortnum & Mason, and they are guaranteed a placement in the Fortnum & Mason Food Hall. But the logo itself and the award scheme itself is now a recognised accreditation within the food world. It is essentially the Oscars of the food world, and therefore retailers do stock many of these award-winning products. Obviously they can't stock them all, but you will see them dotted around the likes of Fortnum & Mason, Partridge's, Harrods, and also around delicatessens around the country. So it's not just about the big food retailers, it is also about the smaller, more artisan food retailers as well.
So it's almost like the Olympics of food. You know, you have to make the cut and get that gold. Well,
I suppose you could say that this is the only place that you're going to guarantee gold is at the Cadogan. All of our products are gold award winners, so there's no second place here.
I like that. Now this is my favourite part. So every 6 to 8 weeks a group of foodies come together to sample the Great Taste award-winning produce. Now I absolutely love this concept. Tell me a bit more about it.
Well, this has all come about as part of the judging process itself. As part of the judging, we work with many well-known food writers, chefs, and such like. And we felt that as we were bringing the concept to life in terms of the restaurant, it would be nice to work with some of those judges to help curate the menus. So we first of all approached Nigel Barden, who is BBC Radio 2's food expert, and he partnered up with Xanthi Clay, who writes in the Saturday Telegraph, to launch the whole Great Taste of the Cadogan. And their menu ran at the beginning of the year, and the baton, if we're using Olympic phraseology, was then passed over to Thomasina Myers, winner of MasterChef, and Lucas Holveg, who writes in Sunday Times Style magazine. And they are just about to pass over to Charles Campion and Pete Brown, where we are going to be having a very interesting menu where we are going to be matching food that goes with beer. We'll be working with Faye Mashler and Beth Coventry. Faye Mashler, obviously one of the revered restaurant critics in London for the Evening Standard. So again, a wonderful opportunity for us to work with people who really do know what they're talking about when it comes to food and expressing themselves, or having an opportunity to express themselves through Great Taste of the Cadogan using these award-winning products.
Fantastic. Now, on that note, I understand you've launched a new exciting menu alongside Charles Campion from the Evening Standard and Pete Brown, the beer writer of the year. Tell me a bit more about what to expect on the menu.
Well, as I said earlier, this is all about bringing a new element into cooking. Beer is sometimes perceived to be a drink that is drunk by people only with beards and large bellies. But there is a real delicate side to beer, and it's a little known fact that you really can use beer wherever you would have used white wine in cooking. So, for example, we will be using some award-winning Welsh mussels, which we're going to be cooking in some Aspel cider. One of the dishes will be a Gloucester Old Spot, which will be glazed in a black sheep ale from Massam. And then finally, within the desserts, I know that there is a chocolate and prune brownie being put together with a Harveston ale. So those are just some of the dishes that have been curated, but there will be many more, and a real delicate side to this. So it's not going to be your traditional steak and ale pie. It is going to be delicate cooking with these beers, and I can truly say that the flavours that come through are fabulous.
Fantastic. Well, I hope I'm invited to come down and sample some of this amazing British cuisine. Now, before I go, I want to ask you, if you were to sum up the Cadogan in 3 words and the Great Taste, what would they be?
A truly British experience.
Fantastic. Well, Mr. Oakley, it's been absolutely a pleasure to meet you today, and thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Cultivating the best of British in aesthetically quaint surroundings, Great Taste at the Cadogan offers a unique experience that will delight your palate. An experience guaranteed to delight every guest.